Anaconda versus Komodo dragon. Who would end up victorious in a fight? It is unlikely in real life that Anaconda and the Komodo dragon will ever meet. Anacondas are stronger than Komodo dragons in terms of their structures and appearance, while Komodo dragons are also powerful, have claws and serrated shark-like teeth that can rip through any flesh. Also, it's venomous. The name Anaconda actually refers to the Ynectes genus, but it is most often used to refer to one species, the green or common anaconda. A member of the boa family, Boidae, South America's green anaconda is the heaviest snake in the world, having the greatest girth in proportion to its length of any snake. Komodo dragons are the largest living lizards in the world. They are identified by their massive size, flat heads, bowed legs, and long, thick tails. The name comes from rumors that a dragon-like creature lived on the Indonesian island of Komodo. No Western scientists had seen a Komodo dragon until 1912. Local people call them ora, or land crocodile. Description: Anaconda, or green anaconda, belongs to the boa family and is one of the biggest existing snakes. Anaconda's females are much bigger in size than males and have clearly marked sexual dimorphism. With an average length of 20 feet, 6 meters, and a top length of 29 feet, 8.8 meters, the green anaconda is one of the longest snakes in the world. The green anaconda, with a girth of nearly 12 inches, 30 centimeters, and a weight of 550 pounds, 227 kilograms, is the heaviest of all snakes. Anacondas are mainly olive green, with black spots all around their bodies. Anaconda's head has clearly expressed orange-yellow stripes on both sides, and is narrow for its body size. The eyes, located on the top of the head, help anacondas observe the surroundings without coming out of water. Komodo dragons grow to an average length of 6.5 to 10 feet, 2 to 3 meters, and weigh around 154 pounds, 70 kilograms. Captive Komodo dragons may often weigh more, as much as 365 pounds, 166 kilograms. Komodo dragons are the heaviest lizards on Earth. These large lizards range in color from black to yellow-gray, depending on their location, and have a rough, durable skin reinforced with osteoderms, bony plates, protecting them from injuries from scratches and bites. They have long, flat heads with rounded snouts, scaly skin, bowed legs, and huge muscular tails. They have about 60 frequently replaced serrated teeth that can measure up to 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters in length. Their saliva is frequently tinged with blood because their teeth are almost completely covered by gingival tissue that is naturally lacerated during feeding. They also have long, yellow, deeply forked tongues. They are able to see as far as 985 feet, 300 meters. However, they have poor night vision. Habitat and distribution. The anaconda lives over a vast area of tropical river systems and swamps in South America, east of the Andes. The anacondas are most frequently found in basins of Amazon River, Brazil, Orinoco River, Colombia, and Los Llanos, Venezuela. Vast tropical grassland plain. This hot, humid region with its dense foliage offers excellent habitat for such a large snake, which fits well into this world. The anaconda likes to be in or near water and spends a large part of its time in the murky waters that help to hide, as well as support, its tremendous body. These predatory lizards inhabit just 5 islands, 4 of which are within Komodo National Park in Indonesia. They can be found on Komodo, Gili Desami, Gili Montang, Rinca, and Flores Island. Komodo dragons have the smallest natural range of all the large predators. Komodo dragons inhabit volcanic islands with rugged, hilly terrain. The islands they live on have a range of different ecosystems, from grasslands and savannas to dense forests. In their native range, these interesting animals remain at lower elevations, avoiding the higher, mountainous cloud forests on the Indonesian islands they inhabit. Food habits. For anacondas, anything that wanders close enough to this predator's mouth is in danger of being eaten, including very large creatures. Instead of using venom to subdue their prey, they have backwards-facing fangs and utilize constriction to slowly suffocate their prey. Large prey like tapirs, caimans, deer, jaguars, and capybaras are eaten, but not frequently. Smaller mammals, reptiles, fish, and birds are more commonly consumed. Komodo dragons are carnivores, meaning they eat meat. They are such fierce hunters they can eat very large prey, such as large water buffalo, deer, carrion, pigs, and even humans. They will also eat smaller dragons. They can eat 80% of their body weight in one feeding. The Komodo has a unique way of killing its prey. First, it springs up and knocks the prey over with its huge feet. Then they use their sharp, serrated teeth, which are a lot like a shark's, to shred their prey to death. If the prey escapes, it will die within 24 hours of blood poisoning because the Komodo's saliva contains 50 strains of bacteria. With its fantastic sense of smell, the Komodo will find the dead animal and finish its meal. Behavior and lifestyle. Anacondas are nocturnal meanwhile, leading solitary lifestyles. The period of increased activity for anacondas is nighttime. Being water-dwelling reptiles, anacondas are fast in water while slow on land. Most of their lives they spend in water, staying underwater for long periods of time. Anacondas are comparably passive at daytime heat and start moving at dusk when the heat subsides. They often pass long distances very quickly, usually when the dry season reaches its highest point or when they look for mates. Komodo dragons are most active in the day, although they exhibit some nocturnal activity. They are solitary and come together only to breed and eat. These lizards are capable of running rapidly in brief sprints up to 12 miles per hour, 20 kilometers per hour, diving up to 15 feet, 4.5 meters, and climbing trees proficiently when young through use of their strong claws. For shelter, Komodo dragons dig holes with their powerful forelimbs and claws. These holes can measure from 3.3 to 9.8 feet, 1 to 3 meters wide. Because of their large size and habit of sleeping in these burrows, these lizards are able to conserve body heat throughout the night and minimize their basking period the morning after. Who would win in a head-to-head fight between a Komodo dragon and a full-grown anaconda? Both anacondas and Komodo dragons are capable of killing each other. Anacondas are stronger than Komodo dragons in terms of their structures and appearance, while Komodo dragons are also powerful as their mouth is harmful and poisonous rather than anacondas. Anacondas eat caimans without getting bit. The giant snake, after thousands if not millions of years of practice, knows how to kill crocodiles while avoiding those powerful jaws. The same method should work on a big lizard. Anacondas can slay the dragon by squeezing it until it stifles and kills it. The squeezing of the Komodo dragon may cause internal bleeding. The whole Komodo dragon would then be eaten at once by the anaconda. Komodo loses the battle with the anaconda, therefore. Of course, the Komodo dragon may attack first, using its sharp claws and its venomous bite. I don't think he could kill the anaconda so fast. The only thing that could be in favor of the dragon is its saliva, but it takes effect after a few hours. Got to go with the anaconda on this one. It would be far too large and powerful for the dragon. So, in my opinion, there are only two options. In the first version, the anaconda succeeds to kill the dragon without being bitten, and would win detached. In the second variant, the dragon bites the anaconda, but we don't know how the venom would affect the immune system of the snake. The snake may die after 24 hours, but it will still be too late for the dragon. That's all. Tiger versus Komodo dragon. Who would win a fight between these two apex predators? Komodo dragons and tigers can both be found in Asia. Both are known as ferocious predators, even for humans. But when these two wonderful animals meet, who do you think would be victorious in a confrontation? The tiger is one of the world's most recognizable animals, intimately connected with strength and untamed nature. Tigers inspire millions of people around the world, from Bhutanese monasteries to Milanese catwalks. They are a symbol of nature's wild places, significant in almost all civilizations, faiths, and folktales. The Komodo dragon is the world's largest living reptile. The dragon is a monitor lizard belonging to the Varanidae family. This living fossil does not fly or breathe fire, despite its appearance as a tiny version of the mythological dragons seen in the movies. It does, however, have certain frightening characteristics, including as venomous fangs, speed, and armored skin. Size and description. Tigers are the largest living big cat species. Bengal and Siberian tigers are the two largest subspecies. These cats can stand as tall as 4 feet at the shoulder, 1.21 meters, and weigh over 800 pounds, 362 kilograms in the wild, and even more in zoos. They have thick fur that is a burnished orange with vertical black stripes and varies in color. Their bellies, chests, and parts of their faces are white with black stripes. The fur around the neck and chest is thick, but it does not grow to the length of a lion's mane. The tiger is one of the world's most revered animals, thanks to its beautiful striped coat and fierce, mesmerizing gaze. It's a reverence that's mixed with a bit of fear, an appropriate reaction to a large, well-muscled, swift hunter with 1 to 2 inch long canine teeth, 2.5 to 5 centimeters, and 3 to 4 inch long claws, 7.6 to 10.1 centimeters. The average weight of a Komodo dragon is around 154 pounds, 70 kilograms, although the largest known specimen was 10.3 feet, 3.13 meters, and weighed 366 pounds, 166 kilograms. Males grow larger and heavier than females. With long, thick bodies, short, muscular legs, and a massive tail, they are incredibly powerful. Their tail is used for both fighting and for propping the animal up when it is standing on its hind legs. The Komodo dragon has long, sharp, curved claws that are usually used for digging. Small scales and folds cover the grayish-brown skin around the neck. Komodo dragons have small heads in comparison to their huge bodies, with broad, muscular jaws that conceal a mouth filled with deadly bacteria and sharp teeth. Although Komodo dragons have good eyesight, they mainly rely on their forked tongue to smell their environments. Range and habitat. Tigers have lost 93% of their historic range in Asia. Nowadays, small pockets of tigers can be found in India, Russia, Bangladesh, North Korea, Bhutan, Indonesia, Nepal, Malaysia, Myanmar, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and Sumatra. In these areas, tiger populations are highly fragmented. Tigers like habitats that are close to a water source, have a lot of vegetation for cover while hunting, and plenty of prey. They also prefer to live in environments that provide suitable den locations, such as caves, hollow trees, or dense bushes. Evergreen, marsh, mangrove, deciduous, thorn, and taiga forests all have different subspecies. They will also explore rocky mountain habitats, as well as savannas and grasslands on occasion. Komodo dragons live on only 5 islands in southeastern Indonesia, Indonesia's 4 islands within Komodo National Park, and the island of Flores. The islands are volcanic in origin, rugged and hilly, and covered with both forest and savanna grassland. Komodo dragons have the smallest home range of any large predator in the world. They enjoy the heat, with daytime temperatures in the dry season reaching 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius, and 70% humidity. The lizard can live in a variety of environments, including tropical dry forests, savannas, and deciduous monsoon forests. Food habits. Tigers consume a wide range of prey, from termites to elephant calves. However, an integral component of their diet are large-bodied prey weighing about 20 kilograms, 45 pounds, or larger, such as moose, deer species, pigs, cows, horses, buffaloes, and goats. Occasionally they may consume tapirs, elephant and rhinoceros calves, bear species, leopards, and Asiatic wild dogs. When hunting prey, tigers rely mostly on their senses of sight and hearing rather than their sense of smell. They cautiously stalk their prey from behind, attempting to get as close to their unsuspecting prey as possible. Then, with a forceful bite to the neck or throat, they try to take down their target. Komodo dragons eat almost any type of meat, scavenging carcasses or hunting animals as small as mice to as huge as water buffalo. Small lizards and insects, as well as snakes and birds, are the main sources of food for the young. These reptiles are tertiary predators at the top of their food chain and are also cannibalistic. Despite its ability to achieve speeds of 10 to 13 miles per hour, 16 to 20 kilometers per hour, the Komodo dragon's hunting style is based on stealth and force. Before attacking, it can stay in one position along a game trail for hours, waiting for a deer or other large and nutritious prey to cross its path. Most of the monitor's attempts at bringing down prey are unsuccessful. However, if it is able to bite its prey, bacteria and venom in its saliva will kill the prey within a few days. After the animal dies, which can take up to 4 days, the Komodo uses its powerful sense of smell to locate the body. A kill is often shared between many Komodo dragons. Behavior. Except during mating season and when females give birth, tigers are solitary creatures. They like to spend most of their time alone, exploring their vast territory in search of food. They are territorial, leaving scratch marks on trees to mark their area. They have excellent swimming abilities and frequently bathe in ponds, lakes, and rivers to keep cool throughout the day. They may even kill prey while swimming. Tigers use facial expressions and vocalizations to communicate. The defense threat is the most common facial expression, where an individual bares its teeth, flattens its ears, and its pupils enlarge. Tigers roar like other members of their family, especially in aggressive situations during mating season or after a kill is made. The majority of the time, Komodo dragons are active during the day, but they have been observed to be active at night. They're solitary creatures who only meet to reproduce and eat. With their sharp claws, young Komodo dragons can easily climb trees. Komodo dragons are able to conserve body heat by resting in their burrows, reducing their need to bask in the mornings. They typically hunt in the afternoons and stay in shaded areas during the hottest parts of the day. Now, in a fight between a tiger and a Komodo dragon, who would win? Both animals can be found in Indonesia, although they are not found on the same islands. Every fight in the animal kingdom comes down to a handful of factors, such as the combatant's size, speed, and ferocity. Tigers are bigger than Komodos, much bigger. Even if we take the case of the largest Komodo dragon ever recorded, it weighed less than half the weight of a tiger. So, even though the Komodo dragons are powerful animals, in terms of size, it is clear that tigers are superior. We all know that in terms of speed and agility, no one can compare to big cats. So here too, the tiger has the advantage. Komodo dragons have a slight edge in terms of their sensory abilities. Although it seems that the Komodo dragon's armor gives him a great advantage by making him invincible, this is not true. At least with a tiger-sized opponent. Komodo dragons have formidable fighting abilities. They ambush their prey, trying to knock them off their feet before biting them in the neck or other vital areas. Their teeth are serrated and sharp, and they can cause serious injuries to whatever they bite. Komodo dragons have a unique sort of venom, one that is argued about by scientists. The venom, which is secreted with their saliva, seems to have anticoagulant properties and can irritate the flesh where it is applied. Tigers are great ambush predators, and their attacks are much more simple. If a dragon could bite the tiger may die, but the venom takes about 3 to 4 days to take action and weakens the prey until finally killing it. The tiger, on the other hand, is the world's most vicious and ferocious apex predator. They are so much faster and smarter than a dragon that I don't think the dragon would have a chance unless it snuck up on the tiger. Tigers also fight on their hind legs, making it much more difficult for the heavy, bulky dragon to bite. I believe the tiger has a clear advantage, as it is stronger, faster, and can avoid a Komodo dragon's bite. Once the tiger has caught the Komodo off guard, it can pounce on its back and deliver a bite to the neck or head, possibly crushing its skull, with the Komodo dragon helpless. So even if the Komodo dragon manages to bite the tiger, it will not escape alive. There is a 1 out of 10 chance that both will die, and 9 out of 10 chances that the tiger will finish this, eating the Komodo dragon. So the tiger wins. Crocodile versus Komodo dragon. Who would win this legendary battle? Saltwater crocodiles are the largest living reptiles on Earth. These massive creatures are known by a slew of names, including sea crocodile, Indo-Pacific crocodile, salty, marine crocodile, and estuarine crocodile. They also have an incredibly wide distribution, as they live in regions from India and Asia to Australia. The Komodo dragon is a lizard species that is found on the islands, particularly the Komodo Island, in central Indonesia. The Komodo dragon is a member of the monitor lizard family and are the largest, heaviest lizards in the world. and one of the few with a venomous bite. Because of their size and because there are no other carnivorous animals, these apex predators dominate the ecosystem in which they live. Description: Salties, as they are half-lovingly called, are intimidating creatures. They have a large triangular head equipped with teeth that can measure up to 3.5 inches long, 8.8 centimeters. Though these crocodiles are capable of growing up to 23 feet long, 7 meters, most are 11 to 19 feet in length, 3.3 to 5.8 meters. Males are larger than females, and an older male can easily weigh over 2,000 pounds, 900 kilograms. Hunting has reduced the volume of exceedingly large animals in the population, and today it is rare to find any crocodile larger than 19 feet or so. A crocodile's physical traits allow it to be a successful predator. They have a streamlined body that enables them to swim faster. Crocodiles also tuck their feet to their sides while swimming, which helps the crocodile to swim fast by decreasing the water resistance. Crocodiles have webbed feet which, although not used to propel the animal through the water, allow it to make fast turns and sudden moves in the water or initiate swimming. Webbed feet are an advantage in shallower water, where the crocodiles sometimes move around by walking. The average size of a male Komodo dragon is 8 to 9 feet and about 200 pounds, 90 kilograms. But they can reach a whopping 10 feet, 3 meters in length. Komodos come in a variety of colors, including blue, orange, green, and grey. Their skin is rough and durable, reinforced with bony plates called osteoderms. They have long claws and a large, muscular tail. Komodos have good vision. They can see objects as far away as 985 feet, 300 meters. They are also speedy. They can briefly run up to 13 miles per hour, 20 kilometers per hour, but prefer to hunt by stealth, waiting for hours until prey cross their path. They have about 60 frequently replaced serrated teeth that can measure up to 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch in length. Their saliva is frequently tinged with blood because their teeth are almost completely covered by gingival tissue that is naturally lacerated during feeding. They also have a long, yellow, deeply forked tongue. Range and habitat. The area of their distribution covers a vast territory. They inhabit the islands of Indonesia and New Guinea, as well as northern coasts of Australia. The crocodiles also occur along the shores of Sri Lanka and eastern India. They live at the estuaries of Southeast Asia to central Vietnam. The saltwater crocodiles can also be found in Borneo, the Philippines, Palau, Vanuatu, and the Solomon Islands. At the dry season, they most frequently occur downstream at estuaries, sometimes living in the open sea. With the approaching of the wet season, they move to freshwater bodies, inhabiting swamps and rivers. These predatory lizards inhabit just 5 islands, 4 of which are within Komodo National Park in Indonesia. They can be found on Komodo, Gili Dasama, Gili Montang, Rinca, and Flores Island. Komodo dragons have the smallest natural range of all the large predators. The lizard's habitat can be anything from a tropical dry forest to a savanna to a deciduous monsoon forest. No matter where they live, the Komodo likes extreme heat. It is usually around 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius, with 70% humidity on the islands of Indonesia. Diet. Classic opportunistic predators, they lurk patiently beneath the surface near the water's edge, waiting for potential prey to stop for a sip of water. They'll feed on anything they can get their jaws on, including water buffalo, monkeys, wild boar, and even sharks. Without warning, they explode from the water with a thrash of their powerful tails, grasp their victim, and drag it back in, holding it under until the animal drowns. Komodo dragons are carnivores, meaning they eat meat. They are such fierce hunters, they can eat very large prey, such as large water buffalo, deer, carrion, pigs, and even humans. They will also eat smaller dragons. They can eat 80% of their body weight in one feeding. The Komodo has a unique way of killing its prey. First, it springs up and knocks the prey over with its huge feet. Then they use their sharp, serrated teeth, which are a lot like a shark's, to shred their prey to death. If the prey escapes, it will die within 24 hours of blood poisoning, because the Komodo's saliva contains 50 strains of bacteria. With its fantastic sense of smell, the Komodo will find the dead animal and finish its meal. Behavior. The saltwater crocodile has been thought of as one of the most intelligent and sophisticated of all reptiles. Their barks are a way of communicating with one another. These creatures are highly territorial and do not tolerate one another's presence. Males will share their territory with females, but not other males. Females are territorial as well and will protect their nests from other crocodiles and anything else that gets too close. The saltwater crocodile spends most of its time thermogulating to maintain its body temperature. If they become too hot, they often go into the water with only their eyes and nostrils showing and stay submerged until they are cooled. If they become too cold, they lie in the sun on flat rocks until they warm up. Komodo dragons are mostly active during the day, but have shown some nocturnal behavior. They are solitary animals that only come together to breed and eat. Young Komodo dragons can climb trees easily with the use of their strong claws. Because of their large size, Komodo dragons are able to conserve body heat by sleeping in their burrows, reducing their need to bask in the mornings. They typically hunt in the afternoons and stay in shaded areas during the hottest parts of the day. Now let's come to the big question. Who would win this legendary battle between crocodile and Komodo dragon? Unfortunately for Komodo dragons, crocodiles are without doubt the most dangerous predator on planet Earth. Dragons are big for lizards. A saltwater crocodile can weigh 1 ton, or more than 6 times the weight of the dragon. This size difference means that should the dragon find itself in the crocodile's crosshairs, it would be essentially powerless to escape. That size also means the dragon is the exact size of animal the crocodile would want to hunt. Crocodiles are also shockingly fast. A Komodo dragon, in short, would be death-rolled and drowned before it even knew what hit it. Wolverine versus Komodo dragon. Do you think the legendary Wolverine will face the biggest lizard in the world? Wolverine and Komodo dragon are one of the toughest animals in the world. They can't meet in the wild, so it will be quite difficult to find out who would win this fight. Many assume that the Wolverine is related to dogs or bears, but in fact it is the largest and the most fearsome member of the weasel family. These rare animals range over huge areas of the remote Arctic and subarctic, preying on other mammals. Komodo dragons, or Komodo monitors, are the largest, heaviest lizards in the world, and one of the few with a venomous bite. Local people call them Ora, or land crocodile. Size and appearance. This funny little creature looks like a combination of a skunk and a small bear. Its tiny eyes and short round ears offset a small round face. Its thick head, neck and shoulders are insulated with muscles that are covered in a brown coat with 2 adjacent yellow stripes. Despite how beautiful their sleek fur looks, you shouldn't get too close. Wolverines are fierce animals. They have strong, sharp teeth and semi-retractable claws that they use for digging, climbing, and scaring away predators. Their paws are large and furry and act as snowshoes that keep wolverines from sinking into the snow. A body measures 26 to 41 inches, 65 to 105 centimeters in length, excluding the tail. It weighs around 22 to 36 pounds, 9 to 17 kilograms. The Komodo dragon is the largest living lizard in the world. These wild dragons typically weigh about 154 pounds, 70 kilograms, but the largest verified specimen reached a length of 10.3 feet, 3.13 meters, and weighed 366 pounds, 166 kilograms. Komodo dragons are large lizards with long tails, strong and agile necks, and sturdy limbs. Their tongues are yellow and forked. Adults are an almost uniform stone color with distinct large scales, while juveniles may display a more vibrant color and pattern. The muscles of the Komodo's jaws and throat allow it to swallow huge chunks of meat with astonishing rapidity. Although males tend to grow larger and bulkier than females, no obvious morphological differences mark the sexes. Range and habitat. Well adapted for a cold climate, wolverines are found in subarctic areas all around the world. Here, large forests of birch, poplar, and conifers predominate in a wilderness that lacks biodiversity. The number of species found in an area and where snowy conditions predominate in the winter. The wolverine is found throughout Canada and Alaska, and also in some western states of the US. Wolverines were once more widespread in Europe, but persecution through hunting and trapping has reduced their range to Finland, Norway, Sweden, and across Russia. It is also found in northeast China. Komodo dragons live on only 5 islands in southeastern Indonesia. Indonesia's 4 islands within Komodo National Park: Komodo, Rinca, Gili, Montang, Gili Dasami, and the island of Flores. The islands are volcanic in origin, rugged and hilly, and covered with both forest and savanna grassland. Komodo dragons have the smallest home range of any large predator in the world. They like it hot, with daytime temperatures during the dry season that often reach 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius, with 70% humidity. Some dragons scratch shallow burrows to rest in at night, to keep warm and as a cool shelter to retreat to from the heat of the day. They may either make their own burrows or use an existing one another lizard created. Food habits. Wolverines are opportunistic, eating about anything they can find or kill. They are well adapted for scavenging. The wolverine has a powerful jaw and large neck muscles, allowing it to crush and utilize bones and frozen flesh. Also, wolverines can survive for long periods on little food. Their diet reflects annual and seasonal changes in food availability. In the winter, wolverines primarily rely on carrion, remains of moose and caribou killed by wolves and hunters, or animals that have died of natural causes. Throughout the year, wolverines feed on small and medium-sized animals, such as voles, squirrels, snowshoe hares, and birds. In the right situations, wolverines can kill moose, Dall sheep, or caribou, but these occurrences are rare. They have been known to take the young Dall sheep in the spring, when they are most vulnerable. An adult Komodo dragon eats whatever food is available. Its natural prey, however, is the Timor deer. The deer are wary and quite agile, requiring the dragon to resort to lying in ambush in the long grass next to game trails in order to be successful in hunting. When the deer passes by, the dragon uses its long claws and sharp teeth to attack. If the prey escapes, the dragon can rely on its long tongue to find its whereabouts, even up to a mile away, 1.6 kilometers away. Komodo dragons also eat water buffalo and wild pigs, both of which were introduced by man, as well as snakes and fish that wash up on the shore. Komodo dragons may also be cannibalistic. In addition, Komodo dragon saliva contains potentially harmful bacteria that are thought to help weaken prey that are too large for a single dragon to overpower. Behavior. Wolverines are well adapted to winter and do not hibernate. They are mostly solitary, except when mating. Like the skunk, wolverines have a strong-smelling secretion called musk, used to warn others to keep out of their territory. They also spray the places they hide their food to discourage others from raiding them. Sometimes active during the day, they are nocturnal animals. Where there are prolonged times of darkness or light, wolverines may have 3 to 4 hours of activity and then 3 to 4 hours of sleep. They can quickly climb trees and are excellent swimmers. Komodo dragons spend the day roaming their home range, which can be as large as 1.9 square kilometers. They do not defend these home ranges, so ranges can overlap. But if food is found in a shared area, the dominant dragon gets to eat first. Varanus comodensis often scavenges for food, but individuals can also run quickly and hunt stealthily and powerfully, smashing its prey to the ground and tearing it with its claws and teeth. Their saliva contains more than 50 different strains of bacteria that can result in the death of prey from infection even after only being bitten. Varanus comodoensis digs burrows that it retreats into at night and when the weather is very hot. In a battle between these two animals, who would win? A wolverine or a Komodo dragon? Like badgers, wolverine physiology is somewhat the same. They have long and sharp claws, strong jaws with considerable bite force, and anal glands to produce a stinky liquid to spray when needed. Size isn't so much of an advantage. Wolverines have been known to take out moose and other prey many times their size. As a mustelid, it is very strong for its size. Sure, a wolverine may not have to deal with large lizards, but it does have to compete with large carnivores like bears for carrion, so it's not like that's a new thing to it. In fact, a Komodo has never had to deal with other predators, where a wolverine pretty much spends every other meal fighting predators to eat. Komodo dragons have very thick skin and very strong jaws. That, plus it's about twice the size of the wolverine. Their hunting tactic is ambushing, biting, and eating in one go, and if the prey is too big, releasing and following the trail of prey that is weakened by venom is also an option. These two animals don't share a habitat, Both of the animals are fast, but wolverines are more agile. Let's say that the Komodo dragon could not detect the wolverine. It will attack, and even if it is bitten, the dragon must beware of the sharp claws of the wolverine, but also of the smell produced by it, while trying to devour it all at once, because we know that dragon venom is weak and it takes a long time to affect. Not saying a Komodo won't win the majority of the time, but a wolverine isn't going to take it lying down. If a Komodo doesn't get a wolverine in the first attack, it's going to be facing an explosion of strength and fury it's never dealt with before. I'm not sure if the wolverine has claws and a bite strong enough to pierce the dragon's armor. What do you think about that? I am waiting for your opinion in the comments. What would happen if a king cobra and a Komodo dragon met and had to fight? Who would be stronger and win this fight? The king cobra snake is the largest venomous snake in the world. Several people die from the bite of the king cobra each year. A king cobra's scientific name is Ophiophagus hanna. The Greek word Ophiophagus means snake-eating, and Hanna is a reference to a Greek myth about tree-dwelling fairies. Komodo dragons are large Indonesian lizards, famous for their voracious appetite. These imposing reptiles sport a venom-laden mouth, a set of sharp teeth, and a keen sense of smell. What's even more impressive, they are the largest living lizard species. The name comes from rumors that a dragon-like creature lived on the Indonesian island of Komodo. How do they look? A full-grown king cobra is yellow, green, brown, or black. They usually also have yellowish or white crossbars or chevrons. The throat is light yellow or cream-colored. The king cobra is regarded as a fierce and aggressive snake, and its length and size give it an awe-inspiring appearance. The king cobra's deadly fangs are almost 0.5 inches, 8 to 10 millimeters long. Because they are fixed to the upper jaw, they have to be short. If they were longer, they would penetrate the floor of its mouth. The king cobra's average size is 10 to 12 feet, 3 to 3.6 meters, but it can reach 18 feet, 5.4 meters. The Komodo dragon is the largest and heaviest lizard in the world. These lizards have a venomous bite. Within their mouths, Komodo dragons have 60 serrated teeth and a long, yellow, forked tongue. Komodo dragons have a tail as long as their body. Their skin is usually gray in color, reinforced by armored scales, which contain tiny bones called osteoderms that function as a sort of natural chainmail. Additionally, these osteoderms become more extensive and variable in shape as the Komodo dragon ages, ossifying more extensively as the lizard grows. These wild dragons typically weigh about 154 pounds, 70 kilograms, but the largest verified specimen reached a length of 10.3 feet, 3.13 meters, and weighed 366 pounds, 166 kilograms. Males tend to grow larger and bulkier than females. Where do they live? King cobras live in parts of Southeast Asia, southern China, and India. Their habitat includes forests, bamboo thickets, streams, and swamps. These snakes live in a warm, humid climate. They spend most of their time in trees, blending into the dense, leaf-filled branches. They sometimes hang down from a tree branch to capture another snake. These reptiles can swim fairly well and have been seen moving along through the water. When the weather cools off in late fall and winter, king cobras migrate to dens to stay warm. Komodo dragons are limited to a few Indonesian islands of the lesser Sunda group, including Rinca, Padar and Flores, and of course the island of Komodo, the largest at 22 miles, 35 kilometers long. Adult Komodo dragons live mainly in tropical savanna forests. They prefer open lowland areas with tall grasses and bushes, but are also found in other habitats such as beaches, ridgetops, and dry riverbeds. What do they eat? When in danger, the king cobra will also hiss and flatten its neck ribs into a hood. It will assume an upright posture without the hood extended in order to see over bushes or tall grasses. A bite delivers venom from glands attached to the fangs. Within minutes, neurotoxins stun the prey's nervous system, especially the impulses for breathing. The king cobra normally restricts its diet to cold-blooded animals, particularly other snakes. The snakes eaten by the king cobra are mostly the larger, harmless species, such as Asian rat snakes, damans and pythons. They may also dine on venomous Indian cobras, kraits, and even small king cobras. Komodo dragons are carnivores and mainly feed up on carrion. They also hunt and ambush prey such as invertebrates, mammals, and birds. To catch prey that is out of reach, Komodo dragons are able to stand on their hind legs and use their tails as support. They have also been known to use their tails to knock down large deer and pigs. Komodo dragons eat by tearing large chunks of flesh and swallowing them whole, while holding the carcass down with their forelegs. Because of their slow metabolism, large dragons can survive on as little as 12 meals a year. Because the Komodo dragon does not have a diaphragm, it cannot suck water when drinking, nor can it lap water with its tongue. Instead, it drinks by taking a mouthful of water, lifting its head, and letting the water run down its throat. How do they behave in the wild? Though this snake has a reputation for being aggressive, it actually has a shy nature. It would rather steer clear of people and other animals, if possible. It's considered a solitary reptile. However, when they are seen together during breeding season, the group is called a quiver. Some people say that a king cobra's hiss sounds a lot like a dog's growl. The Komodo dragon spends the first few years of its life in the trees. This protects them from being eaten by other predators, especially cannibalistic adult Komodos. Their nights are spent sleeping in burrows which they dig. Like most monitor species, they are very effective swimmers and can use this as an efficient means of escape from predation. They use vocalizations, mainly a hiss. This is used as a defensive signal and is used during feeding, attacks, and by females when mating. Now it's time for the big fight. So what happens if a Cobra King is forced to fight a Komodo dragon? This is yet another question about something that is speculation, since the geographic ranges of these animals don't overlap. No one really knows if the Komodo dragon would try to eat the king cobra. If it could avoid being bitten, it's possible. However, the Komodo dragon has very tough skin, so it's possible that the king's venom could not sufficiently cause envenomation. Another possibility, which is unlikely in my opinion, since they wouldn't meet in nature, is that the Komodo dragon has an immunity to king cobra venom. I bring this point up because Komodo dragons are related to monitor lizards, and they have been found to have a level of tolerance to cobra venom. However, the king cobra, while still an elapid, is in a different genus than normal cobras. So if the Komodo dragon was inclined to attack a king cobra and was able to avoid being bitten, and had an immunity to the king's venom and had skin too tough for the cobra's fangs to penetrate, probably the Komodo dragon would win. If none of these conditions existed, then a bite from the king cobra would surely kill it, because the king easily packs enough venom to kill an animal that size. However, even if the lizard succumbed to the venom, it would have ample opportunity to not only kill the cobra, but eat it as well. So in this second fictional scenario, they both would die. There was a video of a viper biting a Komodo dragon and having no effect. While king cobras and Komodo dragons live in different places, there are areas where cobras and monitor lizards do coexist. And these monitor lizards are fine with eating the cobras, no matter how much they try to bite them. For the same reason a viper doesn't affect a Komodo dragon. So, between the Komodo dragon being basically impervious to a viper bite, and other monitor lizards being impervious to cobra bites, and the Komodo dragon being the biggest and toughest monitor lizard of them all, I assume that the Komodo dragon would easily eat the king cobra, and the king cobra would not be able to harm the Komodo dragon. Jaguar versus Komodo dragon. Who would win between these two apex predators? This predatory cat, the namesake of a line of luxury cars, is a predator built for elegance, speed, and deadly precision. These magnificent animals have a distinctive, beautiful pattern to their coats, which easily distinguishes them from other big cats. Their incredible hunting ability is a marvelous sight to behold. The Komodo dragon, the king of the lizards, is the world's largest and heaviest lizard. Named after the island where humans spotted a dragon-like creature for the first time, the Komodo dragon is an endemic Indonesian species found on Komodo Island and its neighboring islands. What do they look like? Jaguar males can reach an overall length of more than 7 feet, 2.1 meters, and can weigh anywhere from 150 to 200 pounds, 68 to 90 kilograms. The coat color and markings are very similar to the leopard, with a rich tawny or yellow background with large black rosettes and spots. It has a large head, more compact body, and much more powerful paws. The jaguar also occurs with an all-black, melanistic coat, and like the leopard, the spots can still be seen on black individuals. Albino individuals have been reported as well. Komodo dragons are large lizards with long tails, strong and agile necks, and sturdy limbs. Their tongues are yellow and forked. Adults are an almost uniform stone color with distinct large scales. The muscles of the Komodo's jaws and throat allow it to swallow huge chunks of meat with astonishing rapidity. Several movable joints, such as the intermandibular hinge, opens the lower jaw unusually wide. Although males tend to grow larger and bulkier than females, no obvious morphological differences mark the sexes. These wild dragons typically weigh about 154 pounds, 70 kilograms, but the largest verified specimen reached a length of 10.3 feet, 3.13 meters, and weighed 366 pounds, 166 kilograms. Males tend to grow larger and bulkier than females. Where do they live? Historically, these cats ranged from virtually the entire South American continent all the way to the southern half of the United States. Currently, jaguars have been restricted to a fraction of their previous range. Jaguar populations in the United States are now virtually non-existent, with only a few sightings in the past decade or so. Their current range stretches from Mexico to South America, but that range is highly fragmented. Jaguars can be found most frequently in dense, flooded rainforest. This could be due to preference and shy nature, or it could be because dry habitats have been rapidly developed in its range. While they are more commonly found near water sources and in rainforests, jaguars have been spotted in, and have historically inhabited, grasslands, subtropical forests, and deciduous forests. Komodo dragons live on only 5 islands in southeastern Indonesia. Indonesia's 4 islands within Komodo National Park: Komodo, Rinca, Gili Montang, Gili Dasami, and the island of Flores. The islands are volcanic in origin, rugged and hilly, and covered with both forest and savanna grassland. Komodo dragons have the smallest home range of any large predator in the world. In their native range, these interesting animals remain at lower elevations, avoiding the higher mountainous cloud forests on the Indonesian islands they inhabit. What is their diet? Jaguars will pursue almost any kind of animal prey within its range, with its favorite being the peccary and the capybara. Other food items are caiman, tapirs, and fish. Jaguars differ from all the other cats in their method of killing. Once they've caught their prey, they pierce the skulls with their canines, demonstrating the amazing strength of their powerful jaws. They were once presumed to be nocturnal, but recent studies have shown that they are active during the daytime, with high peaks of activity during dawn and dusk. Jaguars are also more energetic than their larger cousins, and are active for 50 to 60% of a 24-hour period. Komodo dragons are carnivores and mainly feed upon carrion. They also hunt and ambush prey, such as invertebrates, mammals, and birds. To catch prey that is out of reach, Komodo dragons are able to stand on their hind legs and use their tails as support. They have also been known to use their tails to knock down large deer and pigs. Komodo dragons eat by tearing large chunks of flesh and swallowing them whole while holding the carcass down with their forelegs. Because of their slow metabolism, large dragons can survive on as little as 12 meals a year. Because the Komodo dragon does not have a diaphragm, it cannot suck water when drinking, nor can it lap water with its tongue. Instead, it drinks by taking a mouthful of water, lifting its head, and letting the water run down its throat. How do they behave in the wild? Unless interacting with an unweaned cub, jaguars are largely solitary animals. Females range in territories that may overlap with other females, but the animals rarely interact with one another. Males have much larger territories, but these territories only ever overlap with female jaguars. To establish territory boundaries, jaguars will scrape claw marks in trees, wipe feces, and spray urine as indicators to other jaguars. Komodo dragons are mostly active during the day, but have shown some nocturnal behavior. They are solitary animals that only come together to breed and eat. They are quite fast creatures and can move rapidly in brief sprints up to 12.4 miles per hour, 20 kilometers per hour. Young Komodo dragons can climb trees easily with the use of their strong claws. Because of their large size, Komodo dragons are able to conserve body heat by sleeping in their burrows, reducing their need to bask in the mornings. Although not strictly venomous, the bite of a Komodo dragon is not just dangerous for the physical damage the Komodo is capable of causing. It is also heavily dosed with dangerous bacteria. If a victim is lucky enough to escape being eaten because of the bacteria, it is likely to die eventually. Now it's time for the fight. Who would win between a jaguar and a Komodo dragon? From my point of view, this is going to be a pretty tough fight. Both animals are strong enough to kill each other. Suppose they are both about the same weight. Although Komodo dragons are not very good at running, they can reach speeds of 16 to 20 kilometers per hour. The speed of the jaguar can reach 80 kilometers per hour. Therefore, in terms of speed and agility, the jaguar has the upper hand. Relative to body size, the jaguar has the strongest bite force among all the big cats. It can provide 1,500 pounds of force in one bite. On the other hand, the bite force of the Komodo dragon is relatively weak. To add, the Komodo dragon has huge jagged teeth which are used to grab prey and tear its flesh. The venom that these creatures inject into their prey with every bite contains anticoagulant toxins, which means that the prey cannot stop bleeding and causes low blood pressure. Many people claim that the Komodo dragon will win this battle because the poisonous saliva filled with bacteria in its mouth will hurt its opponents. But in my opinion, only when the jaguar gives the Komodo a chance to bite it, then the monitor can bite the jaguar. You must have noticed that when the jaguar attacks the caiman, it will not give the caiman any chance to fight back. We all know that the jaguar is a very good ambush predator. So if the jaguar suddenly attacks and bites the skull of the Komodo dragon, you can imagine what will happen to the dragon. It can crush the monitor lizard's skull in one bite. But if the Komodo dragon is somehow lucky to bite the jaguar, then the jaguar may face a bad situation. Because we know that the saliva of the Komodo dragon is full of bacteria and venom. But I have reason to believe that with its strength, agility, wisdom, and great bite force, the jaguar will surely defeat the Komodo dragon and win the final victory.